Welcome back, you guys. In this video, I'm going to show you my new food plot that I just built on the new 80-acre property that I bought up here in northern Minnesota. And I'm just going to go through kind of the rationale or my thought process on why I picked the equipment that I did to do this job. So I actually spent quite a bit of time debating and deliberating over what the right thing to do here was going to be. I carved this food plot out of the bush, literally. I mean, well, I didn't, I hired someone, but this is what it looks like behind me here. We're in kind of a aspen regen, probably like a 15-ish year old cutting that's come back, just solid aspen trees. So there's probably like 4 to 6 inch diameter aspen all the way around here. Behind me this way, you might notice some ash trees and things like that. I kind of brought the edge of the food plot up to the swamp here, and then the old cutting goes further to the north, kind of behind the camera this way. So kind of my two main options that I was considering to have this food plot built were, number one, a forestry mulcher, and number two, a bulldozer. And I ultimately opted for the bulldozer, and I'm really glad that I did. I did talk to a couple people about the pros and cons of each one, the costs associated, and then kind of what the food plot is going to look like after they're done. And I'll show you guys here some close-ups of what this looks like after the bulldozer was completed. And then I'll even talk a little bit about cost for you guys on what I paid to have this done. So to give you guys a sense, this is exactly 1.5 acre food plot, and I ultimately opted for the bulldozer because my experience with forestry mulchers is that they're an incredible piece of equipment, but they're not meant to get down into like below the surface of the ground. And some guys might argue this a little bit, that you can kind of press that head, that drum into the dirt, and other guys will tell you that they're not really meant for that, and there's better equipment. And like for my case here, I mean, I had a ton of root biomass in this whole area where this food plot is, and I wanted something that was going to get the roots out. That was kind of my main thing. That was the main thing that I wanted to see done in this food plot. Was I didn't want stuff just shaved down to the surface of the ground, where after freeze thaw cycles and heavy rains, all those stumps and roots were going to start to daylight and kind of pop up above the ground again. Didn't want that. And that was my fear with a forestry mulcher. And with this bulldozer option, my biggest concern or fear with it was that the bulldozer operator was just going to scrape all my topsoil off and dump it into, the side of the food plot. That would have been terrible. So I ended up going with a gentleman who I actually knew kind of through work, and I knew he was a deer hunter himself, and he puts in big food plots himself, this guy who owns this heavy equipment. So he kind of gets it. Like, he understands food plotting. He understands that you can't just lose all your topsoil. And he did, I think, a fantastic job. The other thing is I had some big trees out here. There were some big ash trees and old residual stumps from 15 years ago when this was all logged. So a lot of the ash trees were cut, but then those stumps sucker sprouted. So there was massive old remaining stumps out here that were still living and green, that had sent out suckers and new vegetation off the old stump. That's where he was able to come in with that bulldozer and just kind of scoop and just kind of pop and roll that stump out, and then back up, and then just kind of keep tumbling it and rolling it across the plot all the way into the slash pile. I'll pan this way so you guys can see. That was the other decision that I had to make, was, do I want him to just push all the slash off to the side and we just leave it in the woods forever? Or do I want him to pile it in the middle of the plot so that I can burn it? And I ultimately decided to have him pile it into the middle of the plot. And my plan is to come back and burn this slash pile this winter. And my dozer operator even offered to bring his backhoe up here when I'm burning this winter, and kind of use that thumb and bucket and kind of grab and chunk the wood in as it burns. So to give you guys a sense of what this slash pile looks like, this is kind of an area where we did get some dirt pushed up on here. You can see this behind me. There's a fair amount of topsoil, but that's why I wanted to do the slash pile in the middle of the plot, so that after I'm gonna burn this as well as I can get it. We're gonna tumble it around. Whatever topsoil ended up in this pile is still gonna be here after we burn it. And he can just spread this out next spring once the pile's burned. If there'll probably be some charred logs and stumps left over here. If we won't get a complete burn on this. And then whatever's left over, whatever residual charred stuff is out here, I'm just gonna have them scrape that off to the side and just kind of roll that off into the swamp, and we'll have one little pile of it off in the swamp there. So that was kind of the worst spot of topsoil back there. But right here you can see pretty good, pretty dry. I mean, that's gonna burn. That'll burn hot right there, this part of the pile. Got some more soil kind of right in here. You can see some clumps of soil in there, but overall, for a bulldozer, I think he did a fantastic job. I'm really happy with the work that this guy did. Here's another area you can see. I mean, I had some large diameter stuff in here, and there's a bigger aspen. Where is it? Kind of right there. There's a bigger aspen trunk down in there. And so now what I'm left with is a food plot that's incredibly root and stump free. So let's take a look at kind of what the surface of this food plot looks like now. Okay, I'm just gonna start walking here and just show you guys what the leftover looks like. So there's a lot of this kind of stuff. Old like hazel brush and aspen whips that are still kind of stuck in the ground. Here's one that's still rooted in. You can see some of these are gonna sucker sprout. I think my plan for next year is just gonna be to spray this real hard and just make sure I kill whatever plants are still rooted in and growing. Just make sure I get a good kill on them. And then a lot of this woody debris, all this kind of stuff should just rot down as I disc this and drag it and kind of incorporate it into the soil. I think a lot of this is gonna disappear, but like here's an example of a, well, I guess that was free, but like here's a root that's still stuck in. You can see some of this smaller stuff, it's still rooted into the ground, but like that looks completely dead. Actually, no, I take that back. There's a little green thing starting. You can see one of my brassicas actually right there that's starting as well. I just seeded this. There's a brassica, a couple there. But you can see how there's some small stuff still left over. Kind of pan here, give you guys a sense. Got some ferns coming back. You can kind of see this brushy residue on the ground still that dozer blade just didn't get. I just told him to be real careful so that I don't lose all my topsoil. That was my biggest fear, was that he goes too deep with that blade and just digs, you know, that top 8-10 inches off, and I lose everything. So he did a really good job kind of keeping it up, but then you are left with stuff like this. So you can see where those brassicas are taking down in there. There's actually a stump right there. So there's a stump that he just missed, you know. It's not a perfect science, but overall this was seed ready. And I mean, I've got an awesome stand of brassicas coming right now, and it's late July when I'm filming this. Okay, so just to talk numbers with you, pricing a little bit, my dozer operator told me that he charges just straight up 200 bucks an hour on the dozer. I don't know if that's high or low for your area. I'm guessing that's on the lower side, but he does have a $600 mobilization fee, and he charged me a little over 10 hours to do this entire plot. And again, that's a 1.5 acre plot, literally carved out of the bush. I mean, this is what this looked like up until a couple weeks ago. And so all told, out the door, it was 2,700 bucks, which is really reasonable for me. Like, I went from, you know, just a bare, fully wooded 80 acres here to a pretty awesome food plot back here. I'll get rid of that slash pile this winter, Again, roll off any residue into the edge of the plot next spring. That'll just kind of disappear into the weeds and brush. And then I think I'll even have them do probably some more food plots next year. But so I wanted to give you guys a sense for what this looked like after he was done, and what you could expect if you do decide to have somebody come and build you a brand new food plot just out of the woods. Heavy stumps, heavy woody root material, debris, all that. I chose the Bulldozer. I really think it was the right piece of equipment for me to use. And now I got options in the future. I think if I just spray this a couple times good, smoke out any remaining woody vegetation that's still left here and root it in the next couple, 2-3 seasons, this will just continue to rot down all these fine fuels that are left out here. And I'm gonna have a beautiful, clean food plot in just a couple years. I mean, it's already pretty nice even today. And I didn't lose my topsoil. You guys can see how nice and lush and rich and black this topsoil is. There's some soybeans a third of a mile to the north of me. I got standing corn across the road. So it's really good soils in this area. And I'm excited to see what these brassicas turn out like. I'm just doing a straight brassica mix here this year. I ended up going lighter on the rape and heavier on the turnips. There's a little bit of radish in here, but you know, on a property like this, rape doesn't actually do a whole lot for me. That's more of an early season thing. It's almost like rape is so attractive up here in northern Minnesota. It's almost too attractive to the point where they just eat it off by late September, early October. So there's really no value there for the gun season. So I really want this to be a good rifle hunting property for me and my family. And so that's why I went a little bit, I aired heavier on the side of the turnips in the mix and less rape. So with those turnips, we have that bulb that's left over. And that should hopefully be there. The idea, my thought process is there'll be more tubers and bulbs left over there for like the rifle season that can last all the way into early November, and it's still providing forage for the deer. And by that time, if we've had hard frost, snow on the ground, that rape is long gone. It's all been rotted down, eaten down, and it's rotted down and mushed down. So I want those turnips on the ground is my goal. Let me know down in the comments what your experience has been building brand new food plots out of the woods with a forestry mulcher versus a bulldozer, excavator, things like that. And let me know what you guys think of the new plot. Any other questions, just drop them down below. Take care. I will catch you guys on the next video.